Hi, I'm Karam, the new student, and this is a quick explanation of my code. It starts off with this drawing, and so what we want to do first is locate an area where both a and b are opposite in sign when substituted for the function. I'll call it a red x lower and green x upper. This will increment by 1 until it meets a point in the function where they are no longer equal. And then we will enter it will do this using a while loop, and then we will enter the bisection while loop. So this while loop checks is f of x negative and f of x plus 1, x lower and x upper negative. And if they're both negative, it will increment by 1, or if they're both positive, it will increment by 1. If they're opposite signs, that means we are in an area where there is a bisection, where there is a root for the function. When we know there's a root, it will enter this second loop where we try to get the root through a while loop. Is f epsilon within tolerance to 0? So what it does is it gets a middle point, as x middle is equal to x upper plus x lower divided by 2, and it checks is this middle point multiplied by x upper less than 0, because a negative and a positive will give you a negative, which is less than 0. We will make the x middle is the new x lower. So the old x middle becomes the new x lower, and we do the x upper versus the new x lower. And alternatively, if it's greater than 0, it means we have a positive number, and it will change this way. And this works both ways, if it's positive or negative, positive to negative or negative to positive. And this will loop as long as it's out of the tolerance we set for epsilon. Here is a quick look at the code. We have our starting point to locate the lower and upper boundary. The difference is 1. And here is our code. F of x is equal to x squared minus 420 because of the joke. And then we have a while loop. Here's just a logical operator. If the function and the absolute of the function are equal and the upper bound are both also equal, then we increment. If they are both not equal, that means they're both negative, and we also increment. But if one is positive and one is negative, then this AND operation will fail. We will go into else, and the logical will be 0, and we can end this loop and enter the second loop. Here we initialize the first x middle, which is upper and lower from this function which we got, and then we put our tolerance of epsilon, and then it will do the absolute of a function of x middle and then see if that is within epsilon, and if it is multiplied by x upper is under 0, x lower is equal to x mid, else x upper is equal to x mid, and it will loop this until we are within tolerance. Let's add an extra 0, and then it will print the result. And so here you see it print clear. Let's see. And then if we run it again, you'll see that it works, and that is the root of 420. That is all. Thank you for watching.